Not sure how much of those tales are true, though.
Well, we're going to find out here in a minute, Barrett, because we are on Neon to start working on a faction quest today. But let me get all my socials out, because it is time, everybody. We are getting into Starfield today. Had a couple of days of Baldur's Gate 3 streams. Now we're back to some Starfield streams. Alright, we should be out on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord now. Alright, that's getting open. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, we are here to work on the Crimson Fleet faction mission that we're still working on. I am really deep into this quest chain now. Probably 15 hours or so. It's been a pretty deep quest line so far.
Keep moving. The Scatus won't touch you.
I still haven't got to do a lot here on Neon yet. I've done a couple of side missions here. We're definitely going to grab some more stuff as we get around. What's up, Babylonia? I've definitely got a ton of side quests I can do here, and I need to find the mission boards here, which I have not found yet. Alright, so we have a quest. Oops, that's around the corner. So this is the Crimson Faction storyline. They think they can use the power grid around Neon to basically augment this comm device they got on this prototype ship to be able to combine those things to be able to search for the signal of this lost ship that supposedly disappeared into a nebula years ago, which has a treasure attached to it, and the leader of the Crimson Fleet wants that treasure. I can't remember where I talked about it. These faction missions have been absolutely phenomenal. And to anyone out there who says that, oh, the writing in Starfield sucks compared to Baldur's Gate 3, that's just not true. There are a lot of areas where Starfield does use sort of generic dialogue for things, and I think that that's something that Baldur's Gate 3 does much better, is they've handcrafted a lot more of the dialogue. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people haven't dove into the faction quests with Starfield yet, because the voice acting is phenomenal, the writing is phenomenal. I'm like 15 hours into this storyline, and it's like I have stopped doing everything else to the exclusivity of just working on the Crimson Fleet storyline, because it's been so engaging, and I get to do, stealth. I get to sneak around and do things in bases. I get to like go into space, and I've had some spaceship encounters. There's been a lot of cool stuff that has happened on this mission, and it's been a great way to just go from the initial like 40 hours of playing the game to where I was just like doing activities, and then finally sinking my teeth into one of the faction storylines and going, oh, this is so good. And the fact that they've got, I don't even know how many factions is it have. There's quite a few factions that you can go through. The UC faction, the Corporation faction, there's the Freestar Rangers, there's the Constellation Group, there's the Crimson Fleet. Like there's half a dozen, if not more. It's been great. So we are now on to the next one of these quest chains within the Crimson Fleet faction storylines. So we needed to meet up with Estelle Vincent, the Crimson Fleet's captain based out of Neon. Talk shop.
Good to see ya.
Madame Sauvage's place.
Madame Sauvage's place. The Astral Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby.
You're in the right place, baby.
Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club.
Alright. Guess we're going clubbing first thing this morning.
Look, I ain't gonna stand around here all day, right? You want the stuff or not?
I'm still interested, but you're asking almost double the going rate.
What? You think this stuff falls from the sky?
Look, I've bought Aurora on the street before, and I've never paid this much.
Still cheaper than buying it at the Astral Lounge. Now, this is the last time I'm gonna ask. Then I'm walking away. Do you want this stuff or not?
Fine, fine. I'll transfer the credits and you can leave it in the usual place.
I don't know what you think you heard, but maybe you should get your hearing checked.
Hey, get away from me.
Legit just straight up threatened me for listening to their conversation. That's awesome.
Astral Lounge, Euphorica, blah, blah, blah. This place is where it's at.
Alright, this is who I'm looking to talk to. She looks a little stressed.
You looking to get zoned?
Trying to stay far away from the Aurora, thanks.
Not trying to score some of the good stuff? Okay. That means you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously.
Let's cut the crap and get to work.
Are you serious? You're just gonna completely blow me off like that?
Yeah, I am gonna
I
completely blow
spent the
you off
last
like that.
3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayu off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech.
I've dealt with Bayu in the past. He's got a clear set of goals, I'll give you that.
If you want to piss off Delgado by complaining, that's on you. Yeah, Bubbleonia, people are silly, man. It's... The writing styles are completely different. There's like also just the base gameplay is so much different because with Baldur's Gate 3 you're given one city. That's it. One big city. That's Baldur's Gate. I have multiple cities here. There's New Atlantis, there's Neon here. I haven't been to the Freestar Rangers planet yet. I've been to a bunch of big cities. And when you start having crowd population like that, you're gonna, if you want to save on performance, you're gonna reuse a lot of generic dialogue for
I mean, I
a
could
lot
go
of
do
the
something else,
general
or,
NPCs because you can't have that much crowd, handcrafted stuff out there because of the draw calls and everything, and that bogs down performance. So it's like it's such a ridiculous thing when people are like, but there's no filler in Baldur's Gate 3. It's also a lot more linear. Yeah, 17,000 endings, but in a tightly controlled manner. Where here you've got multiple big cities, planets spawning all over the place, random missions. So I get it, but the nice thing about the faction quest is that's when you get into the 100% handcrafted stuff, and you get away from the procedural stuff or the filler content that's out there. A little bit sprinkled in.
Yeah.
Yes, blank slates,
So,
yes.
You gonna say something?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Paradiso and other city locations that are not part of factions. Absolutely. I'm gonna tell her to cry me a river.
That's the way it's gonna be, huh? Fine. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly.
What's exactly the underbelly, sorry.
Beneath your feet, genius. It's the lowest level of Neon. Generdyne and Xenofresh are down there, along with some of the finest cuisine in the city.
Alright, what kind of facility are we talking about?
I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city.
What exactly is the power core?
Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable.
Let's do it.
Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system.
Why the fuck would I want to help
It's a
you?
simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it.
Oh, I'm always interested in extra money.
Well, look at you. You're smarter than I thought.
I need ship credits.
Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Benjamin Bayu's office. It'll do the rest on its own.
Yeah, Kujaro. I also have that quest. I stumbled across it. Well, I have a quest. I stumbled across an introductory quest on New Atlantis, which actually was like an activity thing. I heard something in passing, and it's the intro quest to the Ryujin Industries. So I can't wait to get to theirs. The one I'm looking forward to the most, to be honest with you, is the Freestar Rangers one, because I've heard really good things about that one after the Constellation group main faction. But I have actually quite enjoyed this whole SysDef thing, because they started off treating me like a scumbag because they busted me with contraband, but they actually called me operative during the last missions. So the language has changed quite a bit, but I've done like 4 missions for them now, and so they're starting to trust me, and it's been kind of like, this is kind of cool to play spy. I didn't know that was going to be something I could do, but I totally feel like James Bond in space right now, because I'm literally, everything I'm doing right here, I'm legit doing it for the Crimson Fleet, but I'm reporting back to SysDef on the sly, so it's very much James Bond in space, that agent storyline. It's a lot of fun. Bubbalona says, I love D&D Baldur's Gate 3, but I can set up outposts in Starfield and link them together to create my own manufacturing empire. I can then design those outposts on graph paper. That kills my maker soul. There's also the whole aspect that a lot of people don't think about, which is, you do think about it, Bubbalona, but other people might not. Like, Starfield is more than just Starfield. It's also Star Wars, it's Star Trek, it's Battlestar Galactica, it's Firefly, it's whatever people want it to be, because the modding scene with 1,000 planets that you can use as a backdrop means that people are already creating their own galaxy far, far away. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty cool stuff. Let's see here. Research methods. The high-speed wireless data collection cipher should make the job a cinch.
It might be wireless, but you aren't going to be able to use it from here, genius. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place.
Alright, sounds good. There's gotta be a catch.
The catch is that Komiko's having a little fling with Benjamin Bayu. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral Lounge so we can celebrate.
Alright. What's Benjamin Bayu's story?
Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician, yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give them more on a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up. Benjamin Bayu stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight.
Alright.
Just grab that tech and plant the virus. Should be a cinch.
If you say.
The strikers are upstairs, so we better be on our best behavior.
Strikers? Who are the strikers? Can I go upstairs? They sound impressive. I'd like to meet them. The door's locked, so I won't be able to go up that way. Who's got a code key? Man, there's no way I'm going to be able to pickpocket
You want the
anybody
good
in here.
stuff? Try somewhere else.
Okay. Hello.
Alright, nothing in here, it looks like. Man, I would love some more digipics before we get on. Oh, there's some stolen artwork. 15 grand? That's a nice. I don't have any way to smuggle right now. Fuck. It's 15 grand though. That's a lot of cheddar, man.
Pardon? I'm zoned out of my mind right now.
Oh, here's the mission boards.
Good.
Well, we're gonna grab all these missions while we're here, or at least the. Yeah, we'll destroy the fleet one because I need more stuff. We'll get the zealot one. I'm not gonna worry about the delivery right now. Maybe later. Siding with the pirates is good and bad. I guess it's just smuggling missions and raiding cargo ships with a bounty in my head. I can also sell contraband, but now I can't do bounties. Yeah, man, I originally thought I was gonna go smuggling, but I've quickly learned that I may have started as like a
Bad part of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayu Plaza before the disciples get you.
Who are the disciples?
A gang. Worst gang there is. They'll stab you for kicks, taking bets on how long you squeal before you bleed out. And that's not a hyper whatchamacallit. They seriously did that. Poor Ted.
I appreciate the warning.
We gotta look out for each other, right? Us crate rats used to think the Ebside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad.
So these strikers are better?
I mean, yeah, they'll rob you blind, but at least they let you live. They're bad news, but compared to disciples, positive angels.
Alright, I might check these guys out.
Well, you'll find them at Madame Sauvage's. They're always holding auditions, as they call it. Looking for new blood. So, being so helpful, chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life.
Yeah.
What with the disciples and all. Have a heart.
1,000 credits? Jesus. Sure, why not?
Hey, thanks. Look, I mean it. Go back to the plaza. Ain't nothing but shit and misery over here.
Got some XP for that. Let's head back up and meet the strikers real quick.
Never sleeps.
You didn't see anything. Catch my drift?
I should probably quick save.
What are you looking at? This? This is Ebside Striker's turf.
Only the upstairs. Don't bother my customers.
Fine, upstairs. That's gang territory, got it?
Oh, you're so tough. If you're trying to scare me, you're failing badly.
Yeah, back in the day, you would never. Ugh. Yeah, you used to be people were afraid of the strikers. We had a name, got it? Now the disciples got us penned up in this lousy bar.
Andrea.
Fine, fine, fine. This beautiful establishment. Do you have anything else, or are we done with this? Whatever this is.
I need to talk to the person in charge.
So you stroll in here and want to meet with Briggs? The nerve. Maybe you should meet with the business end of my shiv, huh, tourist?
No blood in my shop, Andrea. I'm this close to tossing the lot of you out on the street.
Don't look at me, lady.
Fine already. You're lucky. Only way you see Briggs is if you, want to join the Ebside Strikers.
Take me to Briggs.
You know, I'll just do that. Right now. This ought to be good. Sure, let's go meet the boss.
Howdy.
How?
Alright, we got one over here. I feel like the equalizer right now, man. I gotta set my clock.
Who's this?
Someone says they might want to join.
A recruit. Been a while.
Strikers look
right?
out for one another, right?
Savage says we can't go killing people around here anymore.
We shouldn't be doing that anyhow. You want to join us? We're a gang. You understand that, right? Not some daring adventure bullshit you can brag to your friends about. We steal, we mug, we kill if we have to. People that come to us have usually run out of options. So are you really interested?
Let's see here. I walk these streets just like you. I remember what bastards the disciples are.
I wouldn't have pegged you for a crate rat like the rest of us. The fact you can get out, that says something. Let me tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different is we're family.
I don't really care
It's
so
us
much
against
as I
every
just want to
goddamn
help
thing
you.
the
I just
world
want to help
can
kill
throw
and
at
clear out
us.
the disciples.
If you're in, we'll go through hell and back for you.
It's been a little too much of that hell going round.
Vogel, not the time. We do everything we can to make sure everyone's got a roof overhead and fish in their belly. I prefer we fleece the marks, not kill them. Better for everyone in the long run. But you do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna back out of this real quick. Go back
You
in.
want to join us? Not some daring people.
Yeah, I'm only here to deal with the disciples. They're a menace.
There was a time when we were the only ones that kept those psychos in line. But I'll get to that. Let me tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different is we're family.
Just
It's
the same
us
line.
against every goddamn...
Okay.
It's been a little too much of that.
Vogel.
This
not
leads to the same
We do everything we
dialogue
can to
chain.
make sure everyone... I prefer we...
Yeah. All right, sign me up.
Not so fast. I gotta get to know you first. What would you bring to the Strikers?
Oof. So I have two options here. I can go with my Crimson Fleet background because I'm doing missions for the fleet, or I can go with the Neon Street Rat. I'm going to go with the Crimson Fleet option for the moment. My credentials speak for themselves.
Now you are speaking my language. Good. I'm not sure what your game is, but if you really want to join, there's a
family, bro.
You're going up against the disciples. Everyone in Epside's been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Some people snap, and snap hard. The disciples are maniacs, pure and simple.
I got a story about
the
that.
test is to
I'll
find
wait till the
out
dialogue's
who has
done
been
here.
arming those nutjobs with military-grade hardware.
All right.
We're fully in alignment there.
Fine. But I'm not getting any dumb tattoos. Only classy ones, thank you very much.
There's a warehouse they use. One of our friends said there's a slate there that has the info we need.
Oh, that's my job. I was going to go in and make them pay.
You want it? Too bad, Vogel. You go in there, and it's a bloodbath. I want someone that can snatch it from them. Ideally with them never even knowing it happened. Consider this your audition. Try not to get killed, new fish.
Well, that's interesting. All right. I don't want to get sidetracked on that. I was supposed to be working on a faction mission here, and I'm getting sidetracked already. All right. So, the story about family. Dude, so I've watched, like, every one of the Fast and Furious films since it first came out. And it's a generic popcorn series that I just watched because I've seen them all. And it's like, why not, you know? They lost their originality many moons ago. But there's a TikTok meme recently of, like, when they're old. And they're all in, like, motor scooters. Like mobility scooters, and they're still trying to pull off heists. Like, it's someone asked Ludacris why they keep making them when they're so like critically reviled, and he's like, because they keep making $1 billion fucking dollars. He's like, y'all criticize him for being stupid, but y'all still buy tickets to go see him, and as long as there's $1 billion per film that they're gonna make off these things, they're gonna keep making more Fast and Furious films, and I'm gonna keep starring in them. And I was like, I love that answer. He's like, dude, it would be stupid not to go where the money is. But we watched the most recent one, and they have been ridiculous the last few. And Chris and I like to look at anytime we see a stupid action sequence in a film, we will immediately go Fast and Furious because it seems so ridiculously over the top. But when we watched the most recent one, this has been a couple months ago now, I would not stop. Every time they would say family, I would be over here in the bed and be like, yo, family, yo. And I think it was the 10th or 12th time Chris was like, can you please just stop? And I was like, nah, it's all about the family. I can't stop. It's just family. Oh, man. And the fucked up thing is, I love Vin Diesel as a character actor. He does some amazing science fiction stuff. In between his projects, and you know, he's into D&D and stuff, which is always cool. But the Fast and Furious, like, they're not that good of movies, but they make so much money. They just keep making them, and they'll keep doing it, which is great because it allows him to do other things that are more like science fiction-y. Alright, which one of these? Oh! I chucked a grenade! No! Didn't mean to do that. I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button! Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's hilarious. I have my splint on, and I actually hit the right bumper, which throws grenades. I wonder where this is going to put me, where this quick save puts me. Yeah, they were cool, and they were action, you know, street racing films. I even like Tokyo Drift. I thought Tokyo Drift was a fun one. I think since then it's just they've become like glorified heist movies. And then all the spin-offs and oh, I did it again.
What are you doing?
All right, hang on, guys.
Why? Why was that necessary?
I gotta take off my finger splint. I did it again. Barrett's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Grenade salad for lunch, everyone. Yeah, the Riddick series is pretty awesome. Supposedly, they've got the fourth one. It's been in the works for like 5 or 6 years now, and they'll eventually probably get to it. I'll tell you what, one of my favorite Vin Diesel movies, I'm going to have to go look up the name of it, but he has to rescue this, like, kid. It's a science fiction film. Babylon AD is the name of the film. It's a great movie. 2008 is what it says. I haven't seen it in a few years now, but I've seen that movie 4 or 5 times.
Nice. The Astral Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this
Vin Diesel, Michelle Yeoh,
social club.
Gerard Depardieu, Mark Strong.
Enjoy some unique company.
It's a great cast. It's a fun movie.
Back one of our exclusive velocity cocktails. Madame so hot.
Yeah, totally underrated. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, Kujaro.
In the city that never sleeps.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Okadigbo. The guy's trouble.
Benjamin Bayu's tower. It's big, all right. Not sure what. The Astral Lounge spared no expense with their marketing, huh?
We just got a update for an activity as we walked through there. I'll check that out later.
Cause any trouble and I'll drag you straight to lockup.
Is this the right one? Locate evidence. Yeah, this is the one I want to do, the optional evidence. There's nothing to discuss, May. I already made the video on it.
Hey, you might want this.
Let's talk to this guy.
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now. Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago.
I don't need a job.
Good. If you were, you'd be the 12th person I've turned away this year. What a waste. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I've got a ton of problems and no time to deal with them all. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here.
So why are you being so open?
Why? Because I'm sick and tired of putting on a corporate face and pretending that nothing's wrong. It's do or die time around here. We can either spin our wheels forever or worse, go under completely.
Alright, tell me more.
I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my chest. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single groundbreaking innovation. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division.
Sounds like you need a new person in charge of R&D.
You'd think that, right? The problem is that Benjamin Bayu, Administrator Bayu's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology.
Dun, 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 dun. First of all, it wasn't your video that I called out in question. I've seen 500 speedrun videos. So I'm not sure why you're feeling so singled out, May. I don't even really know who you are, so I apologize for that. My speedrun video was made as a general speedrun. I don't even know that I actually picked anybody's speedrun video in particular out. I'd have to go back and look at it. I think I might have read a news article or something, but no. So you don't... How about the other scientists here?
Of course there are. But so far, Brayson has suppressed most of their work through pure jealousy. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayu. But I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do?
Ooh, if you're worried about this company, dun 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 dun. What exactly does the report say?
It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayu is running the Research and Development Division. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Generdyne as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayu might be able to put aside his ego and look at this from a business perspective.
Okay, let's do it.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I can't allow Brayson to run this company into the ground. Hey, look, thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If there's anything else you need, any questions at all, feel free to ask.
Talk to me about Ayumiko Miko.
As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble, ask away.
Oh, yeah. Persuade time.
Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I can't discuss company matters like this.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Yeah, I hope so.
I know there's a way to get past this.
I don't think so.
Shit. I'm sure we can work something out.
Yeah, I hope so.
I promise this is just between us.
I wish I could. But if anybody found out I helped you...
No, I didn't get that. That sucks.
I don't know why you're pushing me to talk about Miss Komiko's private affairs, but I don't think it's appropriate to ask me about this right now.
Do you suspect she's involved in anything illegal?
We're done talking about that. Sorry. You want...
Alright. Do you enjoy working under her?
She's my boss. She's fine, I guess. Look, like I said, I don't want to get into serious trouble. She might be a bit tough on all of us, but being responsible for Neon's power grid is a very stressful position. Sometimes that stress trickles down.
Alright, how long has she been your boss?
I've only been working here for a few years now, and she's been my boss the entire time. Well, the big boss is our CEO, Mr. Harada. But I've actually never met him. He lives somewhere in New Atlantis, I think.
That's all I wanted to ask for now.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Let's go ahead and exit.
It was
out
great
here.
speaking with you.
So unfortunately...
What? I'm working here?
So I failed the persuasion check, so I wonder if I can even get to the optional information now.
Or are you gonna keep bothering me?
Are you supposed to be here?
Yeah, this feels like an impossible situation now because I don't know how I'm gonna get through this door. Oh, never mind.
Exactly where I saw myself.
Let's close that door. Is there anything in here that I can get access to? David Copperfield book. It says I'm detected. Can I close the windows? That'd be really cool. So I can't use this. Man, I can't get quite close enough to that computer to use it. Oh, I might be able to get it from here. I'm still hidden. Technically, I'm hidden from this location. We're gonna see if this works. Notifications. Security reminder update available. Hang on before that. Security reminder. Automatic update failed. Update available. Is that
You
all?
know what you're doing with these systems.
There was nothing in that was worth wasting a digipick on. Oh, but then I can close the window. That was the answer to that question. Alright, well, let's check the safe. This is a master safe. Shit. Okay, and I need that's like this one right here, probably. Okay. Man, master locks are intense. Whew! Alright. Oh, here we go. Evidence.
Alright, Ben. What was so important I had to come to the office in the middle of the night?
It's the numbers, Ayumi. I don't like what I'm seeing.
If you'd stop interfering with my company, the numbers would be better.
Your company? That's funny. I thought it belonged to Mr. Harada.
Give me a break. We both know you set up that identity so we could both reap the profits off the books.
If Generdyne was showing a profit, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
How the hell am I supposed to make a profit when all I have is your brother, the idiot, as my chief technician?
I'd choose your next words very carefully, Miss Komiko. Raise the utility costs to your clients, cut some staff, I don't care how you do it. I want Generdyne's profit soaring by the end of the month. And if I ever hear you talking about Brayson like that again, well, I'm sure you can imagine the consequences.
Oh wow, so that dude who I told to just run his report up the chain, it's gonna fall on deaf ears because it sounds like the administrator is turning a blind eye to his incompetent brother.
Is there a type of weapon palm attack?
Nepotism.
Can't talk, I've got a deadline coming up.
Classic case of nepotism. There's a lot of buildings, or a lot of Core Kinetics, Generdyne Industries, Kelt Corp, Stroud, Eklund. Oh! Hold up.
Hey, you might want this.
This is our benefactor. He makes starships.
This is a Stroud Eklund business office.
Oh.
We don't do sales here, if that's what you're looking for.
That was what I was
I'm in
looking
the middle
for.
of some quarterly earnings analysis. Excuse me. Our office is open. Just try to keep interruptions to a minimum.
So I was hoping I could find a way to buy a ship here, but anyway, this is the dude who's our
Feel free to look around.
Constellation
Stroud
benefactor.
Eklund is the peak of ship manufacturing design. Oh, I'm afraid I'm always in the middle of preparing for the next board meeting. If you'll excuse me.
Hey, I know your husband.
Well, I should hope so. He and I are very famous.
Okay.
Originally, both the Stroud and the Eklund corporations made consumer goods. But after my husband and I married and merged the companies, we decided to make our mark on interstellar travel.
I need to go find out where I can buy a
still get
Strickland
questions from
ship.
reporters wanting to know just how we...
Yeah, yeah. You're kind of a...
Want to hear one of my stories? Or do you have one to tell me?
Not right now, Barrett. We're on a mission, bro.
Something for you.
spread throughout the settled systems.
I heard there's shortages over at Reliant Medical. Not great. Doc Manning better get his act together before the place shuts down.
There's an activity. Gotta love it. Kajara says I will never get all these quest activities incomplete. Want to get 2 new ones. Oh, that's why it's, you know, I'll be here forever. This is gonna take me. I'd be curious, but I bet it takes me 3 months. I bet it takes me 3 months to complete this storyline, because I'm alternating this with Baldur's Gate 3. We're gonna start introducing Cyberpunk 2077 streams into the mix, coming up by the end of the month, and so all of October, November, and December are going to be me balancing those 3 games during the live streams and doing offline playthroughs to create the guides and the complete walkthroughs and the Let's Play videos and everything else. I bet it's 3 months. I bet I don't finish this game until the end of December, probably alongside Cyberpunk. These games will take me until the end of September. I think I'll be done with my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 by the end of next month, if I had to estimate. Depends. I'm only playing that druid online, excuse me. And I'm 90 hours in, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 150 hour minimum. We'll see. I got there's a big fall and winter ahead of us.
Welcome. Please, make yourself comfortable. I can offer you a drink.
That's also why I'm not
Perhaps
rushing.
you're here seeking access to our
I saw so
members'
many people are
lounge.
like,
We
you need to
enjoy
rush,
your
just
Aurora
do 20
series
hours, finish the Constellation storyline, get New Game Plus mode, and then do all your other stuff. Do it all in New Game Plus. I don't want to do it in all New Game Plus. I want to play the game how I want to play the game. Looking for Ayume Komiko.
No, not this again. You people should leave her alone. What do you want with her?
Do I have a favorite quest line so far? Not yet. I don't have enough quests under my belt to make that call. I've been doing way too many activities and things. I just started doing faction quests yesterday. Day before yesterday? Yesterday? I don't remember. Got some documents for her to sign.
Yeah, sure. Tell me another one. You debt collectors are low-life assholes. She's broke, okay? Now get out of my club before I get really pissed off and have you thrown into the street.
It's nothing personal, friend.
I'm no debt collector. I'm from the Crimson Fleet.
The Crimson Fleet? Oh my, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I didn't mean anything by it, really. Sorry, well, I worry about her. Ayumi owes a lot of money around town. I'm trying to help her out, but, you know, I have a business to keep afloat. If you want to talk to her, you can find her in the members' lounge. Of course, access to the lounge is going to cost you, and I'm not changing my mind about that.
5,000 credits. What are the members' perks?
Not only will you be able to experience one of the most exclusive Aurora lounges in Neon, you also have access to our private bar. The bartender down there is a personal friend of mine, and he sells some rather unique items.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, Kujaro. I think Co Carnage had a spoiler-free video that I watched on it, and I was like, it didn't sound like it was worth it at all. Like, yeah, I think the only thing I saw that was interesting was your skills carry over, like your skill points. So I think which is like Jedi Survivor does it. You can take the skill points that you earned from your first game and slot them in. Diablo 4 does it that way, etc. When you get to your second playthrough, all the skill points that you got with your first character are, can carry over, and you can spend them accordingly on the new game plus. But you can also just keep playing the game in the way you're already playing it. And
please.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it yet, but it just didn't sound appealing to me whatsoever. Like, why would I rush the game? Why? Why would I rush my first experience? It makes no sense to me. That's what I read, Kujaro. Don't make me put my foot in my mouth. Let me go check now. I'm gonna go double check this. You get a ship, you get a spacesuit.
Relax. Focus. Center yourself.
Artifacts and powers. Man, I'm not seeing it. Polygon's article doesn't mention anything about it, so I may have heard a rumor, Kujaro, because I cannot confirm. Nope, here it is. Here it is. Okay, it's right at the beginning. Basically, you continue along at the same XP and level with the same skills and powers. However, you lose all your ships, cargo, money, weapons, and inventory. So you keep all your skills and powers in New Game Plus. So all your skills and powers carry over with you. So I guess just the same. I'm reading Polygon's version of it right now, Kujaro. Yes, exactly. You lose items and credits, but keep your skills and powers. So lose your ships, lose your cargo, lose your money, lose your weapons, lose your inventory, but you keep the skills and powers, and you can just then start stacking on top of that. That's totally not worth it to me to rush to. Like, I'll get there when I get there. All right, let's finish this conversation. 5,000 credits.
Excellent.
Okay.
Then here is your access key.
God, they're doing a good job of draining me
Please
dry.
let us know if anything in the lounge interferes with your comfort.
All right.
May all your journeys be safe.
They keep draining me dry. I'm never gonna have enough money to buy my stupid ship.
Make a drink.
If you wish to relax with some Aurora, I have plenty available.
Yeah. What do you want?
I need a way to the Generdyne power facility.
You must be zoned out of your mind, because there's no way anyone sober would say something like that.
Yeah, for sure, Flux and Friedenberg. I between this and Cyberpunk, the only other game that I might consider adding into the mix is if, but I just don't think I can. I don't have time. There's a Rogue Trader. I definitely am gonna want to. I'm gonna want to play and stream Rogue Trader on my channel because that's a, that's an Owlcat game. It's in the same vein as Baldur's Gate 3 and Pillars of Eternity and, you know, the Pathfinder games, that, you know, tabletop CRPG. So I'll definitely play Rogue Trader when it comes out. I don't think they're launching this year, though. If they launch this year, I'll be surprised. I feel like they're more towards a next year release.
Oh,
but
for
it's
God's sake, say something.
God, you're not allowed to have conversations in this game, are you? So yeah, that'll get in there. There was an Alien RTS, I think, type game that dropped in July that I'd like to try, but that's not high priority. I still haven't played Hogwarts. I wouldn't mind playing Hogwarts, but it's also, you know, we're 8 months down the road now from its launch, so I would get no traffic and no views from that. And we're already seeing like just the cycle of YouTube, the way it works. Like, you know, we were maintaining 35, 40 people on the streams for a long time with Baldur's Gate 3. But about 3 weeks into Baldur's Gate 3, like in the weeks, like the 2 months leading up to Baldur's Gate 3 launch, it was like 40 to 60 people a day. Then after launch, 35 to 45 people a day, and that slowly trickled off. And now we only get, you know, maybe 15, 20 on the Baldur's Gate 3 streams. Maybe 25 is the max I've seen in like the last week and a half. And then the Starfield streams, like the first 3 days that it was live, we were getting 40, 50 people, and now we're getting, you know, I've had single digits the last couple of days for the first time in like 3 or 4 months. But that's just the cyclical nature of the way games work. So you have big peaks, and then you get valleys, and then there's plateaus in between. And the only thing to do is just keep playing what you're playing anyway and figure out what works. But I don't know what the next big peak is going to be. I don't know what the next thing that's, you know, Cyberpunk's going to have a certain amount of interest in it, but I'm happy to just, the algorithm has me in a nice spot where my guides do enough, I get enough traffic from the guides, and anybody who's a member of my channel knows this. I don't, you know, the member stuff is different. That's a nice bonus to everything else, but I think like 85 to 90% of my revenue comes from the ads on the videos that I make. And I'm not a streamer, I'm a content creator. So I do stream a couple hours a day, but usually not more than 2 to 3 hours. Because my time, I make more money spending 3 hours making 3 videos than I do for streaming 3 hours, if that makes sense. So it's financially, it's way more important for me to be making videos. But I do like to stream for a couple hours a day because I get the interaction with all of you guys. And it's fun to play these games in a live space sometimes. But a game like Hogwarts, it's probably not worth it for me to play as part of my channel, because it's, you know, we're 8 months behind the curve now, so I have to think about what's coming up and what's current. So I'm pretty sure the next things for me beyond Cyberpunk this year is just going to be rotating between doing the guides between Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, and Cyberpunk unless those completely dry up. Then I'll make adjustments as necessary. But I think the next big thing for me is going to be Rogue Trader for sure, Star Wars Outlaws for sure, Avowed for sure. Those are the big ones I can think of. Like those 4 games have got me pretty interested. But like at least 3 of those are next year. So we've got nothing that I can think of that's going to be up this fall, which is why I'm more than happy to just rotate Baldur's Gate 3. Starfield and Cyberpunk until the end of the year, because it's going to take me that long to finish these damn quests anyway, because I keep getting sidetracked doing all these side quests and stuff. All right, we're going to show her the evidence, or I'm going to blackmail her.
How the hell did you find that? It was Estelle Vincent, wasn't it? That bitch. I knew I should have kept that somewhere else. Here, take this pass. It should get you through the storage room entry to the facility. I'm warning you though, once you're inside, you're trespassing in a high security zone. That means they shoot on sight. Good luck.
Yeah, I think I don't understand why some people have a bone to pick with Ubisoft, because I like Ubisoft games. Like I love the Assassin's Creed games. Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla were fucking amazing. I've actually been terrified about going into Valhalla for a second playthrough, because I did 3 playthroughs of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This is before I became a streamer and content creator and etc. I'm not a streamer, but I just said it anyway. Whatever. Before I started doing this for a living, I played multiple playthroughs of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that's probably my favorite game out of the whole series because I love the Greek mythology. Valhalla was amazing, and I have a personal connection to Valhalla because of my heritage. But it was great to see a lot of that stuff done in the way they did it.
Maybe you
And
should come back when you actually
The
have
Division
something
is a
useful
lot
to
of
say.
fun. The Division 2 is a lot of fun. The guys who made The Division and The Division 2 are the ones making the Star Wars game. So I have no doubts I'm going to have a hell of a good time with that. But those are, you know, who knows when. We still don't have a timeline for any of those games exactly anyway.
I suppose if I don't explain, a copy of that recording you found might end up on the next SSNN report.
Also, their whole Blood and Skulls thing looks kind of
A few
interesting.
years back,
It looks like
previous
Assassin's
CEO of
Creed
Generdyne went
Online,
missing.
only it's
As
pirates,
the COO,
right?
I was next in line for the job. Instead,
It looks interesting.
Bayu muscled his way into the company and gave me an ultimatum. Either back up his bullshit Mr. Harada identity, or I'm gone. I had no choice. But I decided right then and there, I was going to do whatever I could to take what was rightfully mine. If that meant seducing Bayu to tip him off balance, then so be it. Luckily for me, Mike has been incredibly understanding about the whole thing.
What happened to the previous CEO?
What do you think happened? Bayu started sticking his nose into Generdyne's business, all but outright demanding a cut of the profits. In response, the CEO made a huge mistake by threatening to take his grievances to the FC. His shuttle never arrived. Need I say more?
You do not. She must be very important to you.
More than you can possibly imagine. Micah is the only person in this godforsaken city that's kept me from going completely under. She doesn't want money, doesn't use me for influence or as a stepping stone to get ahead. She loves me for being me, and I love her for being the same.
All right.
When this stupid bullshit is over, and Bayu is 10 fathoms deep under Neon, we'll be there for each other.
I'm interested to see how your statement holds up, because traditionally I don't disagree, but Pandora looks pretty frickin' amazing. Their Avatar game, I haven't touched it. I don't even think it's out yet. I think it's coming out in October or November. And Skull and Bones looks like it could be pretty amazing, but I also feel like the way they're designing that looks more like a, you know, they're definitely looking to have that be a cash shop driven economy because of the way they're getting all the multiplayer people to come together and play that game. So it looks to me like they're trying to figure out how to get that Grand Theft Auto Online, you know, method into their own types of games, and they're doing that with Skull and Bones. And that they're willing to sink a ton of money into it because it's been pushed back like, I don't know how many times now, 5-6 times the deadlines have been pushed back because they really know that they got to get that game right. The latest beta test footage looked really good, but I honestly, for me, I don't think I'm going to get more than... I don't care, but I literally could give two shits about the online environment in that game. I just want to play the main storyline and be able to have a cool ship and go around and play pirate, you know, for, you know, a month, 40, 50 hours, however long it takes me to get through the game. I have no desire to get into the whole multiplayer component of Skull and Bones.
Remember, we never talked. Got it?
And I lost interest when they made the new Assassin's Creed. They went back to the whole, we're making a game that's 20 to 25 hours long and that's it. And I just looked at that and said, well, that's not the Assassin's Creed game style that I like. I don't like the quick 20 to 25 hours because you're charging me $70. You're charging me $70 for a game that I can beat on, which means if I'm taking 25 hours to do the completionist version and the guys over there are beating it in 6 to 8 hours because that's as long as the main quest is, I'm not paying $70 for that. Not gonna happen. Like, I'll wait till it's, you know, $35, $25 discount. I need to get at least... Well, I was gonna walk on by, yes. I need to get 60 hours out of a game if I'm gonna spend $70.
If I I have to eat fish for dinner.
Oh, I checked a grenade again. Damn it.
Did you see something? What?
I gotta stop doing that. Oh my god. I think I just froze the game. That's awesome. I just froze the game. That is hilarious, guys. I locked it up. Don't throw grenades on Neon, everybody. Developers are losing their minds because BG3 and Starfield are both huge successes with no microtransactions. Yup. Just buy the game, get all the content. I think we've come full circle on that discussion. We went from the extreme end before microtransactions, where it was all based around monthly fees, and then we start with the microtransactions. Everybody goes free to play. Then the free-to-play version gets completely abused over the course of, a decade, to the point it becomes this, consumer awareness goes up during that time, and we all become aware of what's going on, and it becomes this huge predatory thing. It wasn't predatory in the beginning, and it still isn't predatory in a lot of cases, but it also now has a predatory edge to it, where you have companies who don't give a shit about making good games. They want to make a good monetization system first, and then they figure out how to attach a skin to it. So this is a very interesting conversation. I haven't done a video. I used to do a series here on my channel called Mondays and MMORPGs, and then I quit doing it. And then I did MMORPG Analysis, which was another series that I did for probably 25-30 episodes. And I think it was the MMORPG Analysis when we talked about the monetization structure of games. And there's a new Lord of the Rings game that was announced when the Embracer Group bought Middle-earth Enterprises, right? And they announced a whole bunch of new projects. And one of them was a Lord of the Rings online, not online, but a Lord of the Rings. There's a new Lord of the Rings MMO in the works from a veteran team, and there's big money behind it. It's an Amazon-produced project. There's all this stuff that's going into it. But when they did the initial press release, they literally told everyone in the initial press release, "We just got the go-ahead to do this. We are now currently prototyping," here's the key part of this conversation, "we are currently prototyping half a dozen different types of games to see which one we think is the game that we want to work on for the next 6 to 8 years of our time." So they were not selected because they had a really great pitch for a Lord of the Rings game. The Embracer Group came to them and said, "You guys have experience making games that generate hundreds of millions of dollars of profit. We want to generate hundreds of millions of dollars of profit from a Lord of the Rings based online open world MMO style game. So you need to think tank that. We're going to pay you to do that. We're going to pay you to come up with a game that's going to generate a ton of money for us, and we're going to slap a Lord of the Rings skin on top of it." Now, that doesn't inherently mean the game will be bad. There can be super passionate people behind that project who make it into something really cool to play and worthy of a fan's devotion. However, that's not the way to go about it. If you just look at what CD Projekt Red did with The Witcher, if you look at what BioWare did with their early games, if you look at what Larian Studios has done with their games, I would argue that Bethesda looks at it slightly from a business standpoint, because they are in the business of making big blockbuster games. I think it feels a little more disingenuous when Bethesda puts out the game compared to what Larian has done, because it feels like it's this blockbuster AAA production that doesn't have a soul in it, and that's not necessarily true. It can feel that way because of people's associations with companies and politics and everything else. But a company like Larian who comes around and says, "We're going to make a game with no backing from anyone. We're going to build our own mocap. We're going to do all these things. No microtransactions." And they do it, it's looked at as much more of a success than Bethesda just quietly deciding like, we're going to get back to roots and we're going to launch a game that has no microtransactions and it's just content. And we're going to build 1,000 planets, not necessarily so that you can explore 1,000 planets on your first playthrough, but so that you have plenty of playthroughs to explore this huge galaxy, and also for the modders to go out there and create their own versions of Star Trek and Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica and Firefly and Stargate and all these things that people are already doing with the mods in Starfield. I think it's a very interesting. No, there's a second one in the works, Kujara. Their first MMO got scrapped with Tencent, but they have another one that's was announced, I think, about 6-8 months ago. But the press release was very hilarious to listen to on that one. But anyway, yes, I think that what Bethesda has done with Starfield, it points to a bright future towards games that are coming out in the future, which are not always designed to be a games as a service. I think there's a time and place for games as a service, but I also think that it's fun to just have just good games. Like, I remember when Jedi Fallen Order came out, everyone was like shocked that it didn't have any. They're like, EA published a game without microtransactions, and I was like, EA publishes thousands of games per year, the vast majority of which don't have microtransactions. Their big tentpole games have microtransactions because that allows them to generate billions of dollars of profit. But they also have thousands of games that come out every year underneath all of their other developers, which are not microtransactions. And Respawn was able to do something really special with Jedi Fallen Order, and then to take that and come out with Jedi Survivor, which was even a funner experience with no microtransactions, and yet this really deep and engaging cosmetic system that you could play by going through and doing your normal game and then coming back with the new game plus, and now earning all of the different cosmetics through the new game plus mode. I thought that was a really brilliant way to do it, because it guarantees that the people who want to do it are going to be able to come back and have that replayability without needing to ever pay for anything extra. It's just a game with a nearly infinite amount of playability for those who really want to sink their teeth into it. So kudos to more and more companies doing that, because I too would like to get back to gaming where it's just a game that I can play without microtransactions. And I will argue till I'm blue in the face with people who say that cosmetics are content, because it's not. A game like Diablo 4 is a good example of a game that it has a shit population right now, but the base game was good. The battle pass was optional. You already got hundreds of cosmetics just from playing the base game. Then you could get additional cosmetics for free playing the battle pass seasonal content, and then there was the paid version of the battle pass, which just gave you a few more additional cosmetic options, and then they had the microtransaction store, which was 100% cosmetic options. It's like all they did was give players lots of different ways to get cosmetics. Some can just do the base game, and I've never paid a penny beyond what I spent on the box price for Diablo 4, and I never will. But it's there for those who want to, and I think that that's fine. That is a very non-predatory manner of doing things. But then there's other games where they lock you into, like, you can't go beyond this point unless you pay a fee. Well, at that point, just charge me a monthly subscription. Don't make me spend $5 to do something. Just charge me a monthly subscription and give me access to all the shit. So there's a great discussion in there. We've done videos in the past. It's been a long time since I've really dove into that kind of stuff, but the most fascinating thing to me was when I was still doing game dev full time and going into these meetings and having industry veterans of 30 years in the video game space show me reams and reams and reams of data that it does not matter how you monetize your game. Some people will love it, some people will hate it, but the people who give a shit will pay to play your product no matter how you monetize it. So just think about that up front. When you're sitting down to design your game, the first decision should be, how are we going to monetize this? Because it's going to influence your design decisions. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you decide to do it as long as you make a good game. A lot of companies miss the good game part, unfortunately. I'm also enjoying Starfield, Eldon. There's been some bugs. I'll tell you what, though. I made a big video, which I think is coming out tomorrow, for Baldur's Gate 3. My last 3 streams have been chock full of bugs and performance issues with Act 3. The deeper I get into Act 3 of Baldur's Gate 3, the more shit I'm uncovering. It doesn't take away from my enjoyment, but I have found Baldur's Gate 3 to be a far buggier experience than Starfield has been for me. Just putting that out there. My Starfield experience has been relatively bug-free. There's been a couple of early things that were kind of janky, but I hit stuff every single time I play Baldur's Gate 3 right now. I'm running into cutscenes that are triggering when they shouldn't. I'm running into people where they shouldn't be. Quest objectives not updating. Quest objectives that I pick up that don't register that I've picked up. And so my quest journal doesn't say that I've picked it up until I do some finagling or reload the game. I'm finding tons of bugs in Baldur's Gate 3 Act 3. And yet nothing in Starfield. So it is what it is. I love both the games though. Like the bugs don't take away from it for me.
Yeah, you really going to walk on by and miss out on the chance?
We're taking a long trip on one of these
for dinner one more time.
Man, Neon is huge. These fish that they catch are pretty ridiculous. Oh, I'm trespassing.
Here's where the magic happens. And by magic, I mean creating aurora out of fish guts, I guess.
Outworld eats. Generdyne Industries.
Gila City's hostile
going in through the storage
outside the walls.
entrance because we're sneaking in.
Neon's hostile wildlife is certainly within.
All right, we should do a hard save here. Kajara says I had to stop my multiplayer playthrough in BG3 when we got to Act 3. Get a friend who can't load into the lower city at all. There's definitely issues, man. That's why whenever I see somebody come onto one of my Starfield videos and rant and rave about how it's a buggy hot mess, I'm like, but they'll praise Baldur's Gate 3 in the same breath. It's like, you and I are playing completely different games, or you're just willingly turning a blind eye to the issues of Baldur's Gate 3 because you're having fun in Baldur's Gate 3, and maybe you're not having as much fun in Starfield. That's why you're feeling that way. But when people say that this game sucks because it has a lot of bugs, and then they say, but this game is awesome, and they don't recognize or acknowledge that there are a lot of bugs in that game, I immediately tune that person out. It's like your opinion is no longer valid. You have to be able to look at both of these objectively. Bugs don't matter if you're having fun though. That's the most important thing. Alright, so from here on out, we got to be super sneaky because we got to get down to the power core without getting caught. Sneaking. Oh man. My palms are getting all sweaty. Oh shit, there's a robot down there. Shit, I should quick save. Or just a normal save here. Where did that robot go? There's no way I'm getting past the robot. Is he gonna turn around and come? Oh shit.
Fire.
So is he legit gonna shoot us apparently? Crap. Apparently fighting a robot is inevitable.
All yours.
There's a helmet here. Is it worth taking? It looks kind of cool. Why not? Why do I keep throwing the grenades? I don't know why. I've been playing this game for like however long it's been. I've never misthrown grenades until today. Ah. Trigger happy, man. Correct. YouTube is removing skippable ads in November, and which is a good thing for us as content creators, because it means the pay rate should go up. So as a content creator, I don't have a problem with the change, because it theoretically means that we will get paid more for advertising revenue on our videos, because people will no longer be able to skip ads. And I know a lot of people like to say, well, I don't want to watch ads. Well, that's why you pay premium, to get an ad-free experience, because YouTube content creators get a percentage of that. Not a big percentage. It depends on a lot of factors, but we do get access to the YouTube Premium funding. But, you know, not everyone is in a position where they can contribute, as is like with a Super Chat or SuperThanks or memberships or whatever the case may be. And I see nothing wrong with being required to watch an unskippable ad to support your favorite content creators. If that's the smallest thing you can do to support a content creator, then I feel that that's a shut the fuck up and watch the ad kind of thing. But I'm also doing this for a living, you know, so I'm always going to be in favor of the things that generate more revenue. Because I don't want to have to move to a new platform, you know, I don't want to have to figure something else out if YouTube eventually goes, which it could, you know, it could eventually go the way of the dodo. But we hope that it's going to last for many more years to come. What would be really cool is if YouTube would give, and it's been discussed, but it would be really cool if YouTube would make an experience where people who pay memberships to a channel could get an ad-free experience when watching videos on that channel. That would be cool. But instead they just have YouTube Premium, which you know, sort of gives you an ad-free experience overall. Yeah. Now, I really don't want to have to take anybody out down in here, so hopefully I can... If the only thing I have to kill is a couple robots, it's not going to be that big of a deal. At least those robots don't care. Well, that's the other thing they're introducing in November is there's going to be a new, similar to what I guess what I've seen on Twitch in the past. There will be you'll be able to program ads to take place at certain intervals throughout a live stream, and there's also going to be when the ads are about to pop off, you'll have the option to manually skip the ad if you don't want it to interrupt your stream. Otherwise, they're going to go at pre-programmed intervals, which I love the idea of, because if I know that I'm going to be sitting down for 2 hours, I often forget, and so it's like I'll remember, like, oh yeah, I need to go click and run an ad right now, because I do make more per 1,000 views. I make more ad revenue from the stream views than I do from non-stream views, but at the same time I make less money on live streams as a general rule because they're shorter, and it's a weird algorithm thing. But I like the idea of knowing that I've got 2 hours and I can schedule one out like every 30 minutes or something, and just have an ad like every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes there's an ad going out, and then I don't have to think about anything. I love it. There is no way I'm getting past those guys like that. Are they KOS? Like, I can't tell.
What if we leave a few things here and make a second?
I agree. I'm overburdened all of a sudden. Alright, that one looks pretty cool, but I'm gonna ditch both of these. Like, I don't need to carry these. Do I need the space pilot helmet?
And trip.
Graham says, don't have a ton of time to play anymore. Two small kids, crazy never work, but I find great games to make the time. Yeah, for sure. Starfield, I love Bethesda games. Quick put it out for sessions. Baldur's Gate 3, my jam. Take me a year to finish. It might be a danger for sure. Kujara says, do it like cable television. Every 15 minutes, run a few ads, go take a break, then come back. Traditionally, that's what I'll do. If you'll notice, every time I tell people I'm going to go take a bio, I click the ad button, and then I go to the bathroom. And then just, it'll run an ad while I'm gone taking a bio. Or if I get up and go get another cup of coffee, I'll run an ad. And not every time, Bubbalonia, but frequently. Oh, shit, I got seen. Hang on, need to be paying attention. Well, that's the perfect time for me to say, speaking of bios and ads, I'll be right back. Mujin says your ads give me bio. I want to see the ad says Babylonia FOMO is real. It's probably some badass Starfield ad I've never seen because I have YouTube Red. There you go. Rat Pack says, or Fluxen says, every video I watch or listen to has so much negative stuff to say about Starfield. It's exhausting. I like coming here and see all the positive chats and people having fun with the game. It is a good game. It has a lot of good stuff going for it. There are issues, for sure. I'm going to do my first impressions video on Friday of this week, I believe is when it's going to come out. I haven't recorded it yet. But I've already got videos produced and scheduled up until Thursday. So I think tomorrow I'll probably record my first impressions video of Starfield. I did my early thoughts video already, but I'll do my first impressions video because we're closing in on. I've got 2 days, 19 hours. So that's 68 hours of gameplay. Is that right? Is my math on that right, everybody? 2 days is 48 hours. 58, 68. I've almost got 68 hours into Starfield so far. So I'm closing in on 70 hours of gameplay. I've come across in 70 hours, I've only seen like two times the game has crashed on me. One was this stream. I had to restart the game. I've had to restart the game twice, and I've seen 2 encounters where I had to reload the encounter because it bugged out on me. And I just had a brain fart. Give me a second. Reloading. I got sidetracked. Bubbleonia said his Starfield T-shirt already has 2 downloads. Is that something? Is that like a merch store or something? I didn't see all the links this morning. Feel free to share that in the gaming section if you want, Bubbleonia on Discord. Gujara says people always complain about Bethesda games until developer tools get released in the modding community. That becomes everyone's favorite game. Yeah. I'm not on the negative bandwagon. Like I said, I'll do my first impressions video the end of this week. And it's gonna have pros and cons, like Baldur's Gate 3. I just did my my video I'm doing a should you buy it Baldur's Gate 3 video. Should you buy it or wait until it's patched? That video is coming out tomorrow morning. I expect that video will be a little divisive for some people because they have this deep emotional connection with Baldur's Gate 3, but I also think it's important to recognize that Act 3 is a buggy hot mess, and it's a shitstorm of issues, and anybody who ignores that fact while also nagging on Bethesda for having a buggy game is, come on, you gotta come down out of that tree and recognize that all games launch with bugs. The reason Larian is winning right now is because of how fast their team has been out there working at fixing the bugs, and that's winning them a lot of goodwill from the people as opposed to, say, Bethesda, who might just let it sit for 3 months. Cyberpunk did this with CD Projekt Red. CD Projekt Red did this with Cyberpunk. When Cyberpunk came out, it took them like 6 months to get the first patch out. It wasn't this thing where they turned around and got a hotfix out within 48 hours and then had the first patch out in the next week. Oh, no. It took them like 6 months to get like the first sizable patch out that worked at fixing the issues on the PlayStation 4 and the previous generation of consoles. And it took them 2 years. The 2.0 update is just now coming. It's taken them 2 years to get Cyberpunk 2077 into a state that it should have been when it launched. Kudos to the CD Projekt Red team for sticking it out and actually being willing to put in the time, because a lot of companies might have just let their game stay to the wayside. It's every game has bugs. There are lots of great games. This is a great game. I'm going to load up, get back to it here. Rat Pack says, do you have a Discord community for your supporting guys? First and foremost, we have the membership area here on YouTube. There's 5 tiers of memberships, starting at $3 a month, and it goes up from there. It just depends on what you want access to. There's some fun stuff we do for our members here on YouTube. We have member-only videos. We do live stream chat on Saturdays and Sundays. It's member-only live stream chat, whereas opposed to today, it's open to anybody who's a subscriber. So Monday through Friday, anybody can chat during live streams. Saturday and Sundays, members only. Members only private videos. And yes, we do have a Discord that's set up, which is actually the Discord for my gaming company with my brother and my wife. But I also have my own private section of there for Renfail's Refuge, and then there's all the other stuff that goes on in that channel. We have a gaming section for people who want to talk about gaming, and then we have the general discussion where we talk about things like films and stuff. There's a craft channel, there's a book channel. It's not a hugely active place, but we do have a Discord. All right, let me get back to this and try not to get shot at this time, because we apparently got seen and blew our cover. I think that's just the mod you installed, Mujin. I think that's the big difference, Kujaro, between a company like Bethesda, who has all the money in the world, and they don't need to market their games in the same way, whereas Larian took a huge risk, and they needed to work twice as hard. Here's a good example. I'm gonna give you an example, not to toot my own horn. I sit here for 16 hours a day, generally, 14 to 16 hours a day, and I produce 5 to 7 videos every single day on top of the live streams. There are a lot of other content creators, some of whom I have known and joined for various things over the years, who only do like 3 videos a week and maybe a live stream every day, but they'll only do like 3 videos a week. And it could be for various reasons. They might have day jobs and everything else, but you do get out what you put in. And Larian is getting out what they put in. When you are willing to go above and beyond and work 7 times, 10 times as hard as everyone else, it does pay off in spades in terms of all of the good things in life that we want out of our hard work. So Larian is proof of that if you're just willing to actually put in the time, you could see great results. Now, I would also argue that Bethesda used to be the same way until they went corporate. Corporate has a different level of politics. Corporate has a different level of marketing. There are different obligations at a corporate level. You have investors, you have overlords. It's not the same thing. And as much as we might want it to be the same thing, it's not. And if Larian can maintain their independence, great. But I will also say this, Obsidian Entertainment, which is a company we all know and love, there is no way I'm getting up there. He's gonna see me no matter what. Does it matter?
Lethal force authorized.
Shit.
Do this.
I probably didn't want to do this, but let's just see what happens.
You're dead, you hear me?
It's not what I want to do. Hold up. There's got to be a way for me to sneak past those guys, so we're gonna try that again. But Bethesda's in a place where they don't need to share footage because they know for a fact that they're going to generate 10 million, 15 million, whatever it is, the sales numbers that they have in their mind because they've been around for 30 years. They know what their games are going to sell. Larian is not in the same boat. Larian was expecting, this is the brilliant thing, they've talked about this publicly. They were saying if we get 100,000 concurrents on Steam, we're going to feel like we hit a home run. And they got more than 800,000. That means they went 8 times beyond their wildest dreams. That's just on Steam. I'm a GOG user. Who knows how many other people played through GOG? And now they're on PlayStation 5. Now they're coming out on the Xbox. If I had to guess, if they've sold, let's say they've conservatively sold, 1 million copies of Divinity Original Sin, Divinity Original Sin 2. Let's say they sold 1 million copies of those games. I think they're going to sell long term. I think they sell 8 to 10 million copies of Baldur's Gate 3, and that transforms them from being just another little indie studio into a Bethesda style studio who can then make their next game be a big, huge. Is this going to work? There's no way this is going to work.
Neon security. Stand down.
How the fuck am I getting past these guys? Right, and that's the question though, Babylonia 2, is how long can Larian keep that up? Oh, I was talking about Obsidian before I got sidetracked. So Obsidian Entertainment was Larian Studios once upon a time. But if you go watch the documentary that Obsidian just put out of their 25th anniversary or whatever it is, you'll see the CEO talking about how over the years they've had to do some pretty things that they didn't.
Favorite part.
They've done some things they didn't want to have to do over the years because they needed money to keep their employees paid. When you have 30, 40, 50 employees, you have to think of them. And that means that sometimes you have to sacrifice on game design to do things with a publisher that's going to get everybody a paycheck so that they can go home and feed their wife and feed their kids and feed their husband and feed their babies and their dogs and keep their home and not get it repoed and all these other things. So even Obsidian, at the end of the day, getting tired of pitching all the time, even after 25 years and all the cool games that Obsidian Entertainment has made, they still have to pitch to get $50 to $60 million from the publishers to make the next game. And by selling to Microsoft, they guarantee that they never have to pitch another day in their lives. And if I'd been in the industry for 25 years scratching tooth and nail to make it, and a game publisher come along like Microsoft and they said, we'll give you a guaranteed $100 million budget for each one of your games, but we're going to take 75% of your profits, I would probably say yes to that deal as long as I maintain creative control and 25% plus an annual salary. I would probably take that deal. Why not? So I would, we'll see where Larian goes, but it's not nearly as cut and dry as a lot of people think it might be. I have no idea how to get around these guys, everybody. Unless does this door go anywhere? Oh, it does. There's a ramp in here. Well, that's not going to work. Oh, they just left. Hold up, let me quick save. Shit, where did they go? I didn't see. Screw it. Run for the door. What did they hear? Hang on, how did they hear? So when I pulled out the scanner, they heard my scanner, I guess. Pablo says, second playthrough of Starfield, so starting over again. Nice. Do, 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 do. Oh, I did it again. Hold up. So something's happening there. Oh shit, I did the wrong thing right there. That was not what I wanted to do. How far back did this put me? Fuck. I quick saved over my last quick save, which was right before that, and now I may have screwed myself because I don't know how far back I gotta go. Starfield Relics is Skyrim in space. Yeah, I've heard some people say that, yeah. There needs to be a better autosave system in this game that autosaves more frequently, because it sometimes takes its sweet time. Alright, we're going to have to go back through. It didn't put us back too far. I was too slow on the pickpocket. Man, they really do hear things. Crap. Barrett, bro. I'm having a hard time with this part. I'm struggle busing with the sneak component of this mission. I think I've got rank. I know I've got rank 2 in stealth. I don't have rank 3 though. And I'm supposed to do these without killing anybody, because if I kill anybody, I suppose that's going to be bad marks on me with sysdef. So I'm trying to legit do these missions without any. It's like going back to your old runs of Prince of Persia and stuff. You just keep, you know, go until you die, figure out a new strategy, go until you die, figure out a new strategy, go until you die. Yeah, I'm a big fan of, like, it could be Barrett causing it. That's a very good point, Welsh. I didn't think about that. It could be him that's screwing it up. Let's get some distance this time. How could they possibly have seen me? Technically, they don't see me. Yes, they do. Gosh damn it. Is there any way to separate your party members out and tell them to stay back? Oh, somebody just answered that. Kujara said you may be better off telling Barrett to wait. Need to move slow while sneaking away with them to turn their backs. That was literally, yeah, that was the question I just had. Is there any way to tell them to just stay put? Talk.
Fascinate me.
Wait here a moment.
Right ho, Captain.
Alright, you stay here. But I have to come back and retrieve him. The problem is, what happens if I get too deep and I like get stuck behind an airlock and I gotta make an emergency evacuation? Alright, they still saw me here no matter what. There's something down there. I'm just gonna run over here and check something.
Security, drop your weapons.
No, that's...
Target identified.
He goes where you fast travel? Oh, so technically I could gather him up then afterwards. Okay. This may be a part where I cheese it and put it on easy mode. We'll try another couple attempts here before we do that, though. So it's literally pointing me through this door. So they all saw me. As soon as I open the door, they see me. They react to me opening the door. There's got to be a way to avoid that. Can I just run down here and say screw it? Alright, the danger level's going down. Now I'm in the caution zone. Did I literally just cheese it that way? Although Barrett's not with me now. Oh well. Alright, that worked, I think. Oh my god, Kujar, you and I are thinking on the same pipeline, on the same wavelength right now. I'm like reading your comments right after I did what I just did. Dash for the objective. Screw it. It's like the only thing to do. Alright, so nuclear magic absorption Simpson utilizing the shot suspended. Okay, we already know that. Current power core status. Download conduction plan grids. That's what we're looking for. And now we get to locate Bryson Bayou.
You're carrying a lot. Do you want to take a moment to shuffle things around?
Dude, so he is here with me. Alright, cool. Well, let's drop some of the shit we've got, bro. I don't need the space pilot suit anymore, do I? No, no, hang on. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to drop that. I wanted to drop that. I wanted to drop that and that. Alright, now let's do a hard save. Crafting component, I'll take that. There's a robot we're gonna have to deal with probably. Oh shit. There's a lot of dudes in that door, man. I wasn't ready for that. Is this gonna be another just run for the... Oh my god, they're not gonna let me run.
Oh, it's you. I was wondering how long it would take you to get down here. If you want the encryption...
Hang on. He's totally bugged out right now. Let's wait for the danger to clear.
Adorable. Bring it.
Unless it's not going to clear. Oh, they all want to kill me right now. Yeah, I know Barrett can carry stuff for me, but then I have to worry about getting Barrett later and reminding myself to take the stuff off of Barrett. So I tend not to use him that often because I do forget that he has stuff on him. Alright, that door over there was chaos. I don't know how we're supposed to do that. Coolant, I'll take. Maybe go around. Uh-oh, I'm about to get seen. Oh, something almost saw me. What almost caught me? Shit, what sees me? I'm like in the red. Okay. Get in the vent system. Jeez, my goodness. Cheese and rice. Cheese and rice.
Sure he's ever been to Neon at all.
How the hell am I getting up there?
And worried about everything that I thought was strange about this company. There wouldn't be time left in the day to do any actual work.
How the hell am I supposed to get up there? What's up, Pippin? You want to come say hi to everybody? Where, Mama?
Astro Lounge, huh?
Where?
You independently wealthy all of a sudden?
I gotta let Pippin out. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Too bad all that extra money ends up in the CEO's account. With what I'm making now, I can barely afford a deluxe sleep crate. You know what? Maybe I will have that drink after.
Alright, let's see if we can do this again without dying a horrible screaming death. Really don't know how I'm supposed to get around all these guards. Because I feel like they're all going to see me the moment I step out. Shit, I made too much noise. I knocked the ladder over when I came. But I can do it that way. I can totally do it that way. That is a legit way. I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. Let's, we're going to redo that real quick. I think I can jump up there and get up over the railing. I think so. I'm answering a couple of comments here, everybody. Liam was saying he's never had the specific brand of Abuelita I was showing this morning in that member video, but he's had Abuelita hot chocolate in packets from Nestle, and he says it's way better than Nestle's normal hot chocolate. And I'm like, that's because Abuelita's, it's not milk chocolate like what so many people are used to from like Nestle products. It's dark chocolate mixed with, yeah, it's so good. What is boost? Oh, boost pack gets you spotted even if you're hidden. They found me an event. It has a voice. It has a noise. But I think what got me wasn't the boost pack. I think that it was the I knocked over that ladder. We're gonna try this again.
Did you hear about Moulander? Yeah. One of the test panels exploded in his face. Words were so bad, Reliant had to ship him off. That's the third accident this year. It's ridiculous.
let's go see this. So I crept over here. I jumped up here. So this isn't the boost pack. This is just me jumping. However, I hit a ladder somewhere up here, and I don't know where the ladder was that I. No, so he saw me when I jumped up. And now I can't jump up. Well, let's see if I can get in here without still being considered dangerous. Alright, the danger thing's going down. Just gonna sit here and wait for this to...
Quit it.
Barrett's getting shot out there, and I'm just like, good luck, bro.
Oh, bad choice.
Alright. I think we've cleared that. What's up, bro?
Oh, it's you. I was wondering how long it would take you to get down here.
I should have saved.
If you want the...
Hold up. Hold up, what just happened? Barrett's out there like blowing shit up. Hold that thought. Let's do another empty save here. I've got somebody saves logged here.
I was wondering how long it would take you to...
Yep.
If you want the encryption cipher, you're welcome to it. I just don't want anyone getting hurt.
Whoa.
Uh-huh. What's the catch?
No catch. I'm not trying to trick you.
We've bugged this out. This is our fault. I'm not gonna put the blame on this for Bethesda. Like this encounter is bugged out because of us. So the UI, the programming is telling it to run from danger because he's getting attacked outside. Frack. Is there any way you can throw things to distract mobs in this game so that they look in a different direction? I have to admit I've never tried that. I don't want to throw a grenade. I want to throw like a... that's one thing I love about Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I can throw a shoe.
Sure.
Hang on, this is still the same save.
Yeah, one of the test panels exploded. So bad Reliant had to ship them off.
That's the third accident this year. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I should file a complaint before someone loses their life.
Is there anything over there I can shoot? Oh shit, that guy's looking in my direction. There is, that might hurt somebody.
Keep your eyes peeled. Possible suspect in the area.
Alright, so that put everybody on the alert.
Grayson's still in his office.
Watch it.
Yeah, that didn't work. Alright, we're gonna give this one more go, and if I can't get this to work the way I want it to, I don't want to, I want to legit figure this out because I may be missing something if there's another way to sneak up top there. Well, yeah, plus I've only taken 2 ranks in sneak, so I don't know if that's partially contributing to the issue.
Last time I tried one of their off-world specials, I had terrible stomach problems for days.
Yes, the entire facility was well aware of your stuff.
Okay, I can't see where that droid is looking. Dude, I should have told Barrett to wait back. You guys might be right. It might be Barrett that's triggering. Down, 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 down. Did I get it? Did I get it? I got it. I got it. So that time I got it. So I think it was just the line of sight for the... Oh, crap. Who's going to see me? I think we got it that time. I think we got it that time. All right. Whew. Save, 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 save it. All right, let's try this now.
Oh, it's you. I was wondering how long it would take you to get down here. If you want the encryption cipher, you're welcome to it. I just don't want anyone getting hurt.
All right. How did you know I was here for the encryption cipher?
When you accessed the computer in the power core, it sent a notification to me here. I knew you were coming. I just didn't know when.
All right. What's the catch?
No catch. I'm not trying to trick you. You want the cipher? It's yours. At this point, I'd do anything to get back at my brother. He deserves everything he's got coming to him.
Uh-huh. Why?
Oh, don't patronize me. I know I'm no prize winner myself, but at least I don't spend my days trying to screw everyone over. You know, I've spent my entire life living in Ben's shadow. Everything always works out for him, while I've been bouncing from one job to the next, barely keeping afloat. And all the while, he laughs at me behind my back. Thinks it's hilarious to make fun of his stupid brother. Like I wouldn't eventually find out.
Sounds like what old Benjamin needs is a good punch in the nose.
You should expose him for everything shady he's done.
That wouldn't do any good. For every scheme he's gotten himself into, he has a bulletproof exit strategy. Man's virtually immortal.
He's been able to avoid consequences so far, but this could be the end of it.
You know what? I am sick to death of being pushed around. It's my turn to take control for once. The passcode for my terminal is GEN-41A18. That should give you access to the cipher and whatever else you need. I'm getting out of here while I still can. After you're done, I suggest you do the same.
All right. Why are you and he at such odds with each other?
Because he's a two-faced son of a bitch, that's why. It's not like I should be surprised. When we were younger, we never got along very well. I mean, he's 11 years older than I am. We had two different mothers. Might as well have been from two separate families.
All right. That's quite an age gap.
Well, there's a reason for that. I never knew my actual mother. She was my father's mistress. And I was told she vanished from Neon when I was only 2 years old. Ben's mother, she didn't give a crap about me. Wouldn't even let me call her Mom. I just had to call her Liliana. Can you imagine? And then there's Dad. So buried in the day-to-day operations of Neon, he didn't have time to pay attention to his bastard son.
Have you ever sought out your birth mother?
Yeah, I've tried, but I always hit a dead end. It's as though she was here one day and suddenly vanished the next, and then her existence was erased from everyone's memory. I wouldn't be at all surprised if my father had her killed to avoid public embarrassment. That's the kind of man he was.
You're still born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Oh, I'm not going to pretend I had it more difficult than the poorer folks in Neon, but But emotionally, it tore me to pieces. Look, I appreciate what you're
Apparently, I'm
trying to
playing
do,
therapist
and,
to this dude.
And it's nice to get this off my chest, but talking about it isn't going to change a thing. That's why I gave you the encryption cipher. Anything I can do to stick it to Ben, that's the real therapy.
Did he just trigger off of me saying the word therapy? All right.
Do me a favor and don't tell my brother we talked. He wouldn't like it.
Decryption routine. All right, I need to upload her virus. Okay. Total plant shutdown. That's not good. Total meltdowns are happening. Standard elevator call system. Question is, how do we get out of here? Please let me have a back door. Thank you very much. I like back doors. I think they, yeah, some people maybe. I think they've written it that way so that some people might feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him. He's a rich asshole from a rich asshole family.
Something for you? I understand why people settled here, but it's not really my style. It's more like a trap and a diversion to me.
Holy shit, my dad and mom are here. Hold up. The only reason I know that is because I saw them discussing things. Oh my god, my parents are here.
Well, hello. Didn't expect to see you here.
I didn't expect to see you here. I cannot believe you're here. You guys are so busted.
I'm glad at least one of us is having a good time. Your mother found a deal. One hell of a deal. An all-inclusive vacation package to Neon.
It's a retirement present.
And, well, everyone's heard about the Astral Lounge.
You only live once.
We're just here for the cocktails.
Uh-huh.
We are?
Yes.
Your mom's like, that's all we're here for.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, nothing good happens here. I've been here long enough to know that.
This is an epic, epic little thing, guys. This is so hilarious. Oh, man. I'm here for an official reason, unlike you guys.
Figures.
Oh my god.
So,
and the
let's
only place that
pretend
serves
this never
Aurora
happened.
legally, yes, Kujaro?
Oh, I do think that would be best, sweetie.
Mom, what are you doing here, Mom?
It's all legal.
Her mom literally says it's all
I
legal.
don't see what the big deal is. It's all legal.
I haven't felt so guilty since I was a kid.
So legit, guys, my mom is like, the in-game mom is like, I'm gonna go try Aurora on my space vacation. And Dad's like, no, we should never do drugs.
Oh, I don't see what the big deal is. It's all legal.
That was a cool little side encounter, everybody. That was totally unexpected. I thought the only place you interacted with them was at the Constellation base or their apartment, but apparently they're going out and having their own life now. That's pretty cool.
Ah, there you are. What kept you? I believe we have a lot to discuss. It's obvious you're here to meet someone. Fortunately for them, they rented this VIP room under a false name. I assume that same someone provided you with that clever little virus you installed into Generdyne's systems.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. Please, don't insult my intelligence. You know, I should give credit where it's due. That virus is quite impressive. It will cost me tens of thousands of credits to remove. That's the last time I'll ever take the Crimson Fleet's capabilities for granted.
Mm-hmm. Why do you care if they steal Generdyne's secrets?
Because, like the majority of revenue-generating businesses in the city, I have a vested interest in Generdyne's profits. But more importantly than simply losing money, I don't like anything in my city being interfered with without my approval.
Not my fucking problem, bro. If you know I'm from the fleet, then you know we mean business.
And I'm a businessman, which means I know when to walk away from a deal. You want to know why? It's because I don't negotiate with pirates. They don't understand commitments or contracts. How to get the deal done with finesse. No. For your kind, it's only brute force and violence. Shoot first, take whatever you want, and ask questions later. That's not how I do business.
Your arrogance is quite astounding.
That's what they tell me. Look, I'm not here to debate. I'm here to make an offer. All you have to do is tell me who's profiting from the virus you've uploaded. In return, I'll let you leave the city alive.
I've always appreciated that you get right to the point, Bayu.
It was me.
Really? That's the story you're going with. Very well. There's a body that Neon Security is going to be discovering very soon. One with concrete evidence that links you to the murder. I'd say you have about 1 hour to leave this place before you have a price on your head.
Murder? Even for you, that is remarkably low, Bayu. You must be very, very worried.
So, I assume this concludes our little arrangement, and you'll be leaving our fair city. Oh, when you get back to the key, be certain to give Neva and Delgado my warmest regards.
It's out of sheer curiosity. Yeah, he can't be taken out. He's a quest NPC. Alright. Well, let's wrap this up.
What's up?
You might want this.
Word is the Borealis. You know, the DJ? Well, she's moping around because she lost something important.
Alright, that's another activity.
Ever wonder how the Crimson I think I got them. What do you call them?
Fun never stops.
plot armor.
Stay focused if you can. Stick to your business. Getting drawn into diversions here is more dangerous than you'd expect.
Howdy.
Glad you're back. Sorry about the whole Benjamin Bayu thing at the Astral Lounge, but I didn't have much of a choice. Can you believe the nerve of that smug son of a bitch? The man is priceless.
You purchased a sleep crate in Neon. It's even smaller than a prison cell. Yeah, he doesn't scare me.
You're not the least bit concerned that he found the virus and figured out where we were meeting that quickly. Must be nice to be so naive.
What's for the Crimson Fleet? Alright, yeah, whatever. I think I'm done here.
Well, I'm glad someone's happy. Since Bayu flagged the virus, I can't risk accessing the system now. All that work I did trying to crack Generdyne is gone. Now I'm in a bit of a bind. The prep work for this job put me in deep for a bunch of cash, and I have no way to pay it all back.
That's not my problem. You knew the risk.
I've been Fleet for the last 5 years. You don't have to remind me that there's risk in what we do. Look, I was hoping you'd pick up on what I was trying to ask. What the hell with it? I'll just ask. Can you cut me in for a little bit of cash you're making on this job? I mean, I did get you inside and practically hand you the data on the grid.
Sounds reasonable enough to me.
She's been a bit of a bitch, but she did technically... why not?
I appreciate that. I really do. Having each other's back is what makes the Fleet stronger, you know?
Not really.
How much are you willing to part with?
Does it really matter? Here's 2,000 credits.
Well, it's a bit less than I was hoping for, but thanks all the same. At least you gave a crap enough to cut me in at all.
Ta-da! Tough times, I guess.
All right, I guess we're done
Barrett
here.
doesn't look like
Tell
Barrett right
Delgado
there,
if he ever
everybody.
needs me for anything else, I've still got his back. And hey, you won't be hearing Rook from me anymore. As far as I'm concerned, you're one of us now. Lifeblood of the Fleet. If anyone
Cool.
tries to tell you otherwise, you send them to talk to me. Just
All
watch
right.
your ass. Benny isn't exactly going to be tickled that you've been talking to his brother.
Well, we know where we're heading next, everybody. But that's it for today's stream. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. I hope we'll see you then. Don't forget, if you're new, you're watching this after the fact, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. We do videos every single day, around 5 or 6 or
isn't
so.
Delgado
Baldur's
waiting
Gate
for
3,
you?
a little bit of Starfield. We do TV shows and film reviews, a bunch of other stuff. So check out all the playlists, join the Discord, links are down below. Check out the private member videos if you're a new member to the channel. Until next time, everybody, stay safe.